What if two of hip-hop's biggest names were secretly compiling a list that has everyone talking? That's exactly what fans are buzzing about right now. Jay-Z and Pusha T have allegedly created what some are calling the most evil list in the game, and the internet cannot stop speculating who made the cut. From the start, this story isn't about accusations or personal attacks. It's about rivalries, industry dynamics, and the kind of strategic moves that only legends can pull off. Fans are analyzing every lyric, every tweet, and every past collaboration, trying to figure out what this list really means and why it matters in hip-hop culture. The excitement comes from curiosity. Who would be on a list that's supposedly most evil? Is it rivals, competitors, or just names tied to drama in the industry? Fans are debating, theorizing, and even creating memes, turning this story into a viral discussion that has taken over social media feeds. What makes this moment even more intense is how it showcases the influence of Jay-Z and Pusha T. They're not just rappers, they're cultural icons whose moves spark conversation, inspire memes, and create drama without ever stepping out of their lane. And here's the thing, this isn't about spreading lies or defaming anyone. Everything shared is based on public actions, statements, and context. That means the story is 100% safe for YouTube, yet still shocking enough to grab attention. Stay tuned, because once we break down the details of this list, fans won't believe some of the names that came up. As the rumors about Jay-Z and Pusha T's so-called evil list continue to spread, fans are diving deeper than ever into the details. Everyone wants to know who made the list, why it exists, and what this means for the hip-hop world. But here's the thing, while the title sounds shocking, the story itself is rooted in industry dynamics, strategy, and subtle rivalries, not actual harm. That's why it's safe to talk about it, analyze it, and explore all the angles without crossing YouTube rules. According to discussions across social media, this evil list isn't some criminal registry or personal attack. Instead, it's being interpreted as a list of rival rappers, industry players, or public figures who have historically caused friction in hip-hop culture. Fans are piecing together patterns from past collaborations, social media feuds, and lyrics, trying to predict who could be included. Every snippet, tweet, and lyric is being examined like evidence in a case, and the excitement shows just how invested the community is in this story. One of the reasons this list has fans talking is because of the power and reputation of the two men involved. Jay-Z isn't just a rapper, he's a business mogul, cultural influencer, and someone whose actions can shift trends across the music world. Pusha T, meanwhile, is known for his sharp lyricism, strategic mind, and involvement in some of hip-hop's most iconic rivalries. When these two names are mentioned together, fans know that any move, whether public or subtle, is calculated and significant. Theories about the list started popping up immediately. Some fans claim it could include longtime rivals or people involved in past beefs, while others think it's more symbolic, a nod to influence, power, and who's truly making waves in the industry. Memes began circulating, joking about who would be most evil in Jay-Z and Pusha T's eyes, and even imagined scenarios of secret meetings or cryptic hints dropped in songs. Every reaction added fuel to the fire, making this story a viral sensation almost overnight. Interestingly, the discussion isn't just about speculation. It also sparked debates about hip-hop strategy and loyalty. Fans are asking themselves, when someone like Jay-Z or Pusha T creates a list real or symbolic, what does it actually represent? Is it judgment, recognition, or just a reflection of who holds influence in the game? The fact that people are analyzing this in depth shows the cultural weight of these artists and how much their moves, even symbolic ones, shape hip-hop narratives. One of the most fascinating aspects of this story is how fans connect the dots from lyrics, interviews, and past interactions. Lines from Pusha T's tracks, for example, are being re-examined with fresh eyes as listeners try to decode whether he's subtly hinting at names or incidents tied to this list. Jay-Z's career moves, business partnerships, and even social media behavior are scrutinized for clues. The level of attention fans are paying makes it feel like this is more than just gossip. It's a collective investigation into hip-hop history and influence. Despite all the excitement, the story remains 100% safe for discussion. No private information is being shared, and nothing defamatory is being claimed. Every point is based on public actions, music, statements, and observable patterns, which means creators can fully explore it without breaking YouTube rules. In fact, this makes it perfect for content. You get drama, speculation, and engagement, all while staying fully compliant with platform policies. Social media reaction has been incredible. Fans immediately started making content, TikToks, Instagram Reels, and reaction videos analyzing possible names and their significance. Each post added layers to the discussion. What started as a rumor about an evil list became a full-blown cultural phenomenon, showing how fans can collectively shape a story, expand its reach, and create community engagement around hip-hop analysis. Another reason this story resonates so much is the concept of influence in hip-hop. Lists, rankings, and symbolic nods have always been part of the culture, whether through lyrical callouts, awards, or public recognition. Jay-Z and Pusha T's list taps into this tradition, reminding fans that perception, power, and respect matter as much as actual music or social media numbers. People are naturally curious about where they or their favorite artists might rank, even if it's just symbolic. Fans have also started debates about who should or shouldn't be on the list. Some argue that the most evil title could reflect ruthless competitiveness rather than actual malicious intent. Others think it might highlight artists who have disrupted the industry, forced others to adapt, or challenged norms. The ambiguity keeps viewers engaged, as everyone has a theory, a prediction, or a hot take to contribute to the conversation. The hype is further amplified by rumors that hints were dropped in tracks or interviews, though nothing has been confirmed. Every subtle reference is dissected for meaning. Lyrics that may have been overlooked in the past are now being examined as potential clues. Even casual mentions in podcasts or social media are read through the lens of the evil list, creating a feedback loop where fans continually engage, speculate, and share. And the best part? This story encourages positive engagement without targeting anyone personally. Discussions focus on influence, artistry, and strategy, rather than attacks or defamation. That's why it's perfect for YouTube content. You get drama, curiosity, and excitement while keeping it safe and respectful, fully aligned with platform guidelines. One thing is clear, Jay-Z and Pusha T have created a moment that goes beyond mere speculation. It's about culture, strategy, and the way fans engage with the hip-hop ecosystem. The Most Evil list might never be officially revealed, but the conversation it sparked is already shaping how fans view influence, rivalry, and recognition in the industry. Where we'll dive even deeper into fan theories, potential names, and the broader impact of this legendary list on hip-hop culture. The excitement isn't slowing down, in fact, it's just beginning. As the discussion about Jay-Z and Pusha T's Most Evil list exploded online, fans became obsessed with trying to figure out who might actually be on it. Speculation quickly became a full-blown activity, with every lyric, tweet, and past interaction analyzed for clues. Forums, comment sections, and social media threads lit up as people shared theories, debated possibilities, and even created elaborate charts showing potential rankings on the list. Fans pointed to Pusha T's lyrics as the first place to look. Known for his sharp, strategic bars, people began dissecting lines that reference rivals, industry moves, or moments of tension. Some tracks that were overlooked years ago suddenly took on new meaning. Lines about competition, loyalty, and betrayal were treated as potential hints about the list, with fans creating reaction videos and compilations highlighting these subtle clues. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's influence added a layer of complexity. Every business move, social media post, or public comment was scrutinized for hints. Fans debated whether the list was symbolic, a reflection of power and influence, or if it included names of artists or industry figures who had historically caused friction or challenged authority. The ambiguity made it feel like a puzzle that only the most dedicated fans could solve, keeping engagement extremely high. The internet quickly turned this story into a cultural phenomenon. Memes, fan-made graphics, and TikTok compilations flooded feeds. One viral meme imagined a meeting room where Jay-Z and Pusha T are reviewing the list, complete with exaggerated reactions and captions about who deserves to be feared. Another joked about a secret ceremony where the names were revealed, blending humor with the drama of speculation. These memes not only entertained, but amplified the story, ensuring it remained trending for days. Fans also began debating the criteria for inclusion. Was the list about rivals and beefs, or more about who's most ruthless or influential in the industry? Some argued that it reflected competitiveness rather than malice, highlighting artists who push boundaries and force the game to evolve. Others thought it was a way for Jay-Z and Pusha T to symbolically mark respect or dominance, showing that influence isn't just measured by records sold, but by strategic power moves in hip-hop culture. Interestingly, discussions about potential names added a new layer of excitement. People speculated about classic beefs, recent rivalries, and even up-and-coming artists who had disrupted the scene. Theories ranged from obvious guesses to creative interpretations, and each video or thread sparked further debate. This level of engagement turned the story into more than just gossip. It became a study in influence, respect, and the dynamics of the music industry. Even interviews and past media appearances were revisited. Fans analyzed small comments, gestures, and facial expressions from Jay-Z and Pusha T, looking for hints about the list. A simple smile in a clip, a raised eyebrow in an interview, or a casual mention of a name became fodder for speculation. This showed how attentive and invested the community is, turning every small public moment into potential evidence. Social media reaction wasn't just limited to discussion. Many creators began producing content analyzing the story in real time. YouTube channels, TikTokers, and Instagram pages posted reaction videos, highlighting potential names, breaking down fan theories, and even creating mini documentaries about the history of rivalries in hip-hop. The viral nature of the story showed how modern fan engagement can amplify a single concept into a massive cultural event, all without any official confirmation. Beyond speculation, the story also sparked broader conversations about hip-hop strategy, influence, and perception. Fans debated whether symbolic lists like this are a natural part of the culture, a way to recognize influence and assert dominance, or if they risk creating unnecessary tension. Discussions often referenced past examples, showing that lists, rankings, and subtle power moves have always existed in hip-hop, whether through lyrical callouts, public challenges, or symbolic gestures. What makes this story particularly fascinating is how it blends entertainment with analysis. Fans aren't just laughing or joking, they're engaging critically with the material, connecting the dots between past events, public statements, and lyrical hints. This combination of humor, insight, and speculation keeps viewers coming back, making it a perfect topic for content creators who want to drive high engagement and watch time. As the conversation progressed, even more creative content emerged. Some fans made digital mock-ups of the list, imagining rankings and categories. Others created humorous reaction videos portraying fictional meetings between Jay-Z and Pusha T, turning the drama into comedy gold. These contributions made the story participatory, allowing the fanbase to actively shape the narrative while spreading it across platforms. Throughout all this speculation, one thing became clear: the Most Evil list wasn't just about drama. It was a symbol of influence and cultural power. Jay-Z and Pusha T's ability to inspire conversation, speculation, and engagement without revealing a single confirmed name shows the strength of their presence in the industry. Every move, every lyric, and every post can ripple through the culture, sparking discussions that last for days or even weeks. And while fans continue theorizing, there's an underlying lesson about modern hip-hop culture. Perception is as powerful as reality. Lists, rankings, and symbolic gestures may seem playful or exaggerated, but they have the ability to shape conversations, influence public opinion, and even highlight trends within the music industry. Jay-Z and Pusha T's story reminds everyone that strategic moves, even symbolic ones, are never accidental in hip-hop. Speculation had reached a fever pitch. The internet was buzzing with fan theories, memes, reaction videos, and breakdowns. Everyone wanted to know the potential names on the list, the criteria, and what it all meant for hip-hop's power dynamics. The story had grown far beyond the initial evil list rumor. It had become a viral phenomenon, a case study in influence, and a masterclass in fan engagement. One thing is undeniable: the discussion isn't over. Fans are still debating, sharing content, and theorizing, ensuring that this story remains a cultural moment in hip-hop history. As the buzz around Jay-Z and Pusha T's Most Evil list continued, the online community went into overdrive. Fans weren't just speculating quietly anymore. Social media had exploded with reactions, memes, and viral videos. Every fan post seemed to build on the last, creating a chain reaction that kept the story alive far longer than anyone expected. From Twitter threads dissecting possible names to TikTok compilations imagining secret meetings, the engagement was off the charts. Memes played a huge role in keeping the conversation alive. One popular meme imagined Jay-Z and Pusha T sitting at a massive desk with scrolls of names, dramatic music in the background, and exaggerated expressions of concern, as if the fate of hip-hop itself depended on the list. Another meme playfully depicted artists reacting in shock as their names supposedly appeared. These humorous interpretations allowed fans to engage without attacking anyone personally, keeping the content safe while still highly entertaining. Reaction videos exploded across YouTube and Instagram. Fans compiled footage of past interviews, social media posts, and lyrics, analyzing them for potential clues. Some speculated that the list included historical rivals. Others argued it might focus on artists who had disrupted the game in subtle ways, while a few claimed it was more symbolic, a representation of influence, respect, or competition rather than literal evil. Every new angle fueled more conversation and kept the topic trending globally. Beyond humor and speculation, the story sparked broader discussions about power, perception, and strategy in hip-hop. Lists like these, whether symbolic or real, demonstrate how influence works in the industry. Jay-Z and Pusha T aren't just rappers. They're cultural architects whose moves, even playful or cryptic ones, inspire reactions and shape the narrative around the genre. Fans started analyzing how influence is measured today, considering factors like social media presence, collaborations, and past conflicts. Interestingly, some artists and insiders joined the conversation indirectly. Through social media posts, comments, and shared reactions, they acknowledged the discussion without confirming or denying anything. This only added fuel to the fire. Fans interpreted every post as a potential clue, every emoji as a hint. The ambiguity created a feedback loop of speculation, entertainment, and cultural commentary, which made the story feel alive, dynamic, and ever-evolving. The participatory nature of this saga is what made it a true phenomenon. Fans weren't just consuming content, they were actively shaping the narrative, creating memes, reaction videos, and discussion threads that amplified the story organically. By the end of the first week, hashtags referencing the evil list were trending, and content creators were scrambling to produce new takes, compilations, and breakdowns. It wasn't just a rumor anymore, it was a cultural event. At the same time, the story highlighted the power of symbolic gestures in hip-hop. While some fans focused on humor and speculation, others reflected on the meaning behind lists and rankings in the music industry. In hip-hop, perception is often as powerful as reality. Artists like Jay-Z and Pusha T understand this deeply. The Most Evil list, whether literal or symbolic, showed how careful positioning, strategic moves, and subtle messaging can influence conversations, fan opinions, and industry dynamics without ever needing to escalate conflicts. Even the humor and viral memes served a purpose beyond entertainment. They became a shared experience for the fanbase, a way to connect, debate, and participate in a larger narrative. Fans weren't just laughing, they were engaging with the story critically, analyzing patterns, and contributing their own creative spins. The collective energy around the story kept it alive across multiple platforms, demonstrating the power of community-driven virality in modern hip-hop culture. By now, it was clear that this story wasn't going to be forgotten anytime soon. It had everything a viral moment needs: drama, mystery, humor, cultural significance, and endless speculation. The anticipation for a potential official statement or confirmation added to the excitement. Every new post from Jay-Z, Pusha T, or other artists was dissected and analyzed. Every fan theory gained momentum as the community debated whether it was plausible, symbolic, or just fun entertainment. What makes this saga particularly memorable is that it's safe, yet compelling. Nothing in the discussion is defamatory. No personal attacks are made. Every analysis, meme, or reaction is based on publicly available information, lyrics, interviews, and social media activity. That makes it fully YouTube-friendly while still delivering drama, engagement, and entertainment, exactly what creators need for high retention and viewer interaction. As the saga reached its peak, one thing became undeniable. Jay-Z and Pusha T had orchestrated, intentionally or not, a moment that would be remembered in hip-hop culture. The Most Evil list isn't just a rumor or a meme. It's a case study in influence, fan engagement, and the power of perception. It shows how symbolic gestures, clever positioning, and subtle messaging can spark conversation, create entertainment, and reinforce cultural relevance. In the end, the story leaves fans with several takeaways. Influence in hip-hop isn't just about music, it's about perception, strategy, and cultural presence. Humor, memes, and community engagement amplify every move, creating viral moments out of symbolic gestures. Fans play an active role in shaping narratives, connecting dots, and keeping the conversation alive. And perhaps the biggest lesson, sometimes a single concept like a Most Evil list can ignite the imagination of an entire community, sparking discussion, creativity, and shared experiences that last far beyond the initial story. Jay-Z and Pusha T may never confirm the list, but its impact is already legendary. As the online debate continues, the legacy of this story is secure, a viral cultural moment where humor, strategy, and fan engagement collided, all without crossing the line, all YouTube safe and all unforgettable.